There's a bunch of solos going on, but can't hear them. Yeah, what is up, everybody? This is MuseMe TV. We are back, episode 75. What the fuck are we doing here right now? We got Loy Lee in the studio.
Hello. What's going on, everybody? I missed you guys.
Dude, they've been itching for this.
Could be cured with like penicillin.
I have a small following.
Okay.
And I let them know, like, I got these comedians that are coming up. And once I found out about you, I was just like, holy shit, there's this new guy here. You guys, I can't wait till he comes on the podcast.
Ah, shucks. Stop it. I'm blushing.
Loy Lee, everybody. Thank you for coming on.
What do you call your viewers? What is their name?
Musians.
Musians. What up, Musians? Shout out.
My Musians up in here. Thank you guys for joining. Late night podcast, guys. You guys know how this shit rolls. We just fucking, whenever we're ready, we just throw it on and we go live. That's what we do.
Yeah, we just got out of. Were you at all three, Mike? You were at all three.
No, I can never make the first one. The side effects one.
Oh yeah,
the bingo comedy bingo.
Yeah, trying to get out of work on time.
Yeah,
right?
That's the shittiest part because he starts at 6:30, and by the time I even get close to there, it's already going to be over.
So I got there at 7:30 and it had already started. For some reason, I thought it started at 7:30. But
it's something like sign up is at 6:30.
Okay,
it starts at 7:30.
So which is fine. I mean, I think the big thing about Albuquerque is that it's not a big city. There's not a lot of comedy, but there's enough comedy to get good.
Okay,
and you know, as long as you're diligent, you're getting your 5 to 10 sets in a week. You know, I think that's really what's important, you know?
And learning for the first time, too, because, again, I'm super new to the scene.
How new?
It's like 6 months.
Okay.
Very new. I kind of learned a little bit from watching, like, you know, professional comedians that talk about it, so I had to change that. So what was going on is that we had a mirror image, and nobody can read the TV. What the fuck? They don't know what's going on. So we changed it.
Got it. Okay.
So everybody can see what we see. Just to kind of throw it up there and shit like that.
Chuck them up.
We're here, dude. We're here.
So 6 months comedy.
6 months starting.
What possessed you to be like, I've got technical skills in apparently production and in like music. Why would you want to do comedy?
To be honest, it's one of those things where your friends keep telling you you're funny. They keep saying, you're pretty funny, you should try it.
Yeah, your friends are assholes.
Oh!
No, because anybody... Okay, and I mean that not for anything other than, like, anybody that's a comedian that's been doing... I've been doing comedy, I'm going into my 9th year now.
9 years.
And anybody that asks me, I wholeheartedly, not competitively, I wholeheartedly say, don't do it. Like, go... The time it takes to actually be good at something... Like forget comedy. How long does it take you to be performance level guitar player?
Oh my god, dude! My skills now have taken me 12 years.
Okay,
and I still don't think I'm that great.
Yes, I'm 9 years. I think I'm okay, and that's not here or there. It's just one of those things where it's like anyone's like, oh, what do you don't go to school? Like, and I don't mean like go, just take like learn a skill, be a chef, like learn to program something like. Yeah. It's heartbreaking because the thing is like you can't do it all the time. You can't do comedy during the day. You can't quit your don't quit your job, people. Like don't quit your job and do comedy.
But okay, so there's another thing though. The way that the future is ramping. How can we not do comedy every day on the hour, every hour? With live streaming, with streaming services that are like providing 24-hour things going on, like how can we not have a live channel that goes on 24/7 with comedy that people around the world can tune into? I understand the whole concept of doing comedy in your location and getting the crowd to build up and stuff, but I've always been thinking of a bigger picture, like. New Mexico is amazing, but...
It is. Like, I've been here a month. I fucking love it.
It's great, right?
Yep.
It's beautiful, and there's, like, so much diversity. Like, it really throws it out there.
Yeah.
I don't to be honest, though, I've never left.
Which, that seems to be... like that seems to be, like, the general consensus. Is everyone... Like, I talk about, like, how great New Mexico is, and people go, yeah, that just seems normal. Because they never left, you know? I like it. It's not a juggernaut of comedy, but it has its own airport, direct flights to LA, Vegas, Denver, like places you need to be, right?
Yeah.
But I would say, I mean, would you want to be on your guitar practicing live for everybody for 12 hours a day, 5 hours a day?
I'll just sound one of like those cocky douchebags like I do, because those people get some kind of something from me playing and practicing, because I've done it. I'm a Twitch streamer as well.
Oh, okay.
So I have 700 followers right now, and I'm Twitch affiliated.
Oh shit.
So like,
get that money, Bobo.
Yeah, they throw me donations.
Yep.
I get the bits, all that shit. When I sit there and play for 3 hours, legit music, like a show, I get a good decent amount of audience.
Yeah, I think that could be done. I just don't think that, like, I have my own podcast, and it's kind of a concise 30 minutes. Here it is, once a week. I haven't done it in a while because I've been moving, but I just don't think comedy is made to do that, like to be live. You could be entertaining, but are you getting better at comedy?
That's true.
Or you're just getting better at talking and finding things. I don't know. Maybe we should try it. Fuck it. Try it.
There is an idea that I want to bring to the comedians in this, the area now, is because, again, I'm new to the scene. I have all these ideas and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, we should try it. We should do it. But then again, some of them get thrown down, and they're like, oh, you need this kind of stuff, and you need to do this. But anyways, my idea is I want to do, like, have you ever seen Def Comedy where they do Roast Me?
Yeah.
Have you seen that setting where they're just in a classroom and do that? I want to do that here because, no offense to that style of comedy, but it kind of seems like it's a lot appealing to the urban audience.
Yes, very much so.
So what if we brought more diversity into that with roasting?
I think, I mean, I haven't been in this comedy scene long enough, but I feel like people are going to get butthurt pretty quick. I mean, I've been here... I've been actually doing comedy in Albuquerque 3 weeks, and I've already seen 3 fights. Not like
counting this one too.
Yeah, I mean, like pushing, like in your face. I would not invite, but that's me. I think that it's possible. Even if you do something like a TMZ style, like what's in the news, go. What do you got? What do you got? And then kind of like, and just have a kind of round robin like that. I think that's doable. But a roast me, I think too many people get their feelings hurt
in this area. See, because that kind of scares me too. Is like, I go up there and do comedy to make fun of myself, to make fun of people, to make fun of the situations of what's going on. But yeah, if some people are getting hurt by what I'm saying, then where does that leave my comedy to venture out to?
I think that you have to forget where you are and forget getting laughs from comics. You want to record your sets, which I know that you do. You're literally one of the 4 comics that I've seen record their set. I do my audio, but you listen to it, you watch it, and you want to polish this piece of metal into a knife, into something really sharp. The big thing is that you're getting comics to laugh. You're trying to get comics to laugh, and then you realize somewhere down the line, a year or two, when you're like, oh, I got all of this work that works, and then you go in front of an actual crowd that actually paid, and then you're just talking about topics that just are they very, very local or just comic associated, and it doesn't work. Okay. So you literally have to look at yourself, look at your set, and be that guy that goes, oh, I could be better. I could move this around. I should move this around. Like a lot of my jokes, I get bored up there. I get bored up there. So I'm like, I challenge myself. Let me start in the middle. Let me start somewhere else. Let me start with my closer. Let me, and I'm just moving things around, and then I'm finding ways to like make it breathe and like, oh, and I dig myself in a hole and go, hey, how do I get myself out of this hole?
And how do you actually come across of knowing what's like great material, what's your closer and stuff like that? Like, is it after building so much where you're just like, well, every time I do this joke, I get a lot of laughs, so I should probably move that more towards the end? Or
yes,
is that kind of how the structure of finding jokes works?
I mean, finding jokes. So the way I find jokes now is I start strong and I finish strong. But I kind of play around with stuff like, oh, here's a new thought, here's something in the news, here's what I'm going on. I put it in the middle and then I can really gauge, like if I got really good laughs at my first bit, and then I can gauge like how big of laughs that I get in the middle, and then I close it out. So therefore, a lot of people won't remember the middle, but you get them on board at the beginning and you give them something to remember. Okay. I mean, it's difficult at like 5 minutes, but at these open mics, you just got to go here's the joke, here's what I've been thinking, and then when you listen to it, you go, oh, that's really clunky. Oh, let me get this out. And then as you're listening to your sets in mass, you go, oh, that goes with that one, and then that goes there, and you can start putting it together. Okay. I think that we have to remember that open mics are not shows. You know, even though there's a crowd, great. Even though there's some people that came, great. But you're really trying to figure out what to do with this clay. You know, you just build it until it goes into something.
And that's where all these open mics come, right?
Yes.
That's why you try. Like, well, there's obviously different hundreds of techniques of how you can probably craft a joke and what.
But mine's the only right one.
Yeah. Loy Lee is how he gets it done.
Yeah, that's I'm the right way.
You can subscribe now for $9.95, and he will show you just with a short time lesson, though.
So I think you're a little on the young side, but there used to be like these TV commercials, and it was always
commercials.
These TV commercials that were like, "Come to my seminar." It's an Asian guy. It's like, "Oh, you want to be rich? You want to be famous? I got a boat. Come to my seminar. Come to my seminar." And I don't know where I'm going with this, but basically, I was like, I think that we should actually start doing that. But basically, you want to be rich? You want to be famous? You want these hot women? Come to my seminar. And basically, you run a seminar on how to run seminars.
Like it's pretty much a pyramid scheme, right?
More or less. Yeah. It's like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to be a millionaire. And you're like, this is how you do it. You run seminars. And everyone's like, wait, I just spent $500. Right.
There you go. You got exactly the lesson that you needed. And that's crazy how much those have boomed over time, too. It's like, oh, my God, don't you fucking get that it's a pyramid scheme that you're just putting into like another ending, like nothing, pretty much. It's like a timeshare.
Have you ever done a pyramid scheme?
I guess you could say I always thought the stupid selling chocolates and shit like that for schools. I thought that was kind of a pyramid scheme because they incentivize you with these prizes. They're like, hey, you can get this cool prize if you sell over $5,000. $30
fucking for chocolate. Go fuck yourself.
It felt like it.
Yeah,
it felt like it. And then I was pushing it. You have me pushing this shit. What am I?
And what's crazy is that like the school only gets like a small cut of
really?
It. Yeah. So it's like the I mean, I don't know the math, but it's like if the chocolate's $30, they're going to charge the school $15 for a $5 thing of chocolate, right?
Okay.
And then the school only gets $15 or whatever, however the math works.
But, and I love those incentive prizes too, because it's like,
I mean, if you have a way in, I think a really good way to get out comedy in this area, which isn't a lot, is school fundraisers. Like if you can put together a charity, like basically you go, hey, teachers or parents, more so parents, do you want to sell chocolate or cookie dough or fucking paper wrap, or do you want to sell tickets to a comedy show? And basically you just pay us X amount of dollars and you get to keep all of the ticket, like all the ticket sales is yours. You just got to cover us up front. Okay. And then, you set it up with a bar or a restaurant. They take 100% of the food. They don't charge you. But basically, you're making comedy shows for fundraisers.
And that's just finding places that will let you do that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would say that this is the business side. This is the uninteresting side of it. But you go, yeah, hey, if we guarantee that we can do, I don't know, whatever, name a number, $1,000 at the bar, right? Okay. Bar and food.
Nightly, weekly?
For whatever the show is, for the charity, for the charity. And then think about that. The teachers and the parents, they don't like, oh, we don't have to sell stupid shit that we don't want. We just have to sell for an event and we get to keep all of the money, and they're probably getting more money off the ticket than they would be if they were selling chocolate.
Okay. And that gives more incentive to the parents and stuff too, right? They're just like, well,
it's a fucking night out. They get to go out and drink and be with the other parents and they fucking laugh and you have a semi-clean, semi-dirty show, and they just have a good time and they make the money. They make the money basically selling tickets and enjoying themselves.
Okay.
Because, I mean, how many parents are like, oh, yeah, I bought $100 worth of fucking
chocolates to share with my family. Where in the other sense, it's just like, hey, guys, I got some tickets. You guys want to come with me?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's
and
dope.
The fact is there is no comedy club out here. So where are they really going for comedy?
They have to find it, unfortunately.
Right. And then, you just put together an hour and a half show. They can run raffles and like 50-50 raffles or whatever, like there's different ways to make money. And I think that is a really good way. That's how I really started was I started running with people that were doing that for, Little League football or, cheerleading or, whatever it is.
Just like school events, like the extracurricular activities.
Yep. Kids need to go to somewhere for a championship. They need whatever the money. A lot of times, if you think about it, you get a 150 person venue, and you sell the tickets for $10. That's $1,500 right there. there it is. $1,500 minus whatever they pay the comics. So it's over $1,000. That's not including raffles, or you even get it even a bigger venue, or have 2 shows in one night, whatever.
Okay.
So there's different ways to do it. I don't know how we got there.
That's planning, bro. Especially not here. Like that's you've obviously been here already for a short amount of time, and you've already seen all the flaws that are going on here that could be better.
I mean, do I want to? Here's the problem. Do I want to do it? I don't want to do it. But like, I think there's opportunity, especially because in LA, it's difficult to sell tickets to a comedy show on a Friday night because you have 1,000 other things to do in LA. But
Food Stamp Gaming, what's up? He just said, "What's up?
What up, Food Stamps?
You're welcome to the podcast. We got Loy Lee in the studio, so we're just hanging out. You have any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, just in the comment section. We're
literally talking about fundraising. That's not exciting. Let's talk about something else.
Dude, we're like, how old do you think I am?
30.
Oh yeah, I did say that. I did joke about that. So I'm not. So I hate when people tell me that too. They're like, you look like a little kid who doesn't know what's going on. But I'm still trying to like make sure I have my life structured. I can be able to feed myself
like a fucking adult.
Do all this adult shit, but still try to do the comedy thing.
But you're wearing like Gundam headphones.
No.
Are these Voltron? What are they?
Overwatch.
Well, see, I'm a fucking adult. I'm ancient.
You don't play any games?
I don't play any games. I play PUBG.
Okay, that's kind of gay.
I mean, yeah, but so is playing cartoon Overwatch. Whatever.
No, it's called Fortnite, and I love it.
Okay, do the dance. Do a dance.
I can't do it right. But
you can't. Don't ever in your... Yeah. When a comic tells you to do something, you promptly tell them no.
What? Is that how it works?
Yes. When a comic goes, hey, go do that, you do the exact opposite.
Oh, God. Again, learning. I'm fucking learning.
Because if you're like, hey, it'd be funny, and they go, yeah, you should do that on stage. Don't ever do that on stage.
It's probably not that fucking funny. God damn it.
Yeah, just fuck with you. Like, I tell people to do shit all the time. And then I'm not there to see them bomb. Like, I just I can get the fuck out of here.
I could care less what you do.
Yeah, like, I mean, you learn not to listen to me, that's for sure.
But okay, what if one of those advices does end up working?
Then I'll take 10%.
You'll be like, I get a cut.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, you can Venmo me. I ain't hard to find.
Cash App or nothing.
Yeah, cash. Hey. There's no such thing as Cash App or nothing. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever the fucking Facebook thing. You could WePay me. You could Alibaba pay me.
All kinds of shit, right?
Shit. If there's a way you could pay me, I will take it.
I'll Bitcoin that shit.
Fuck yes.
Food Stamp Gaming wants to know: have you ever froze on stage?
I've never frozen on stage. I fucking lied to you. I'm sorry, Food Stamp.
Like no words, no nothing. Like a legit.
No, I've never done that. I have gotten off stage super early. Like I was supposed to do 7 and I did 3.
Okay.
And that shit was embarrassing. And that's why I tell comics like, hey, don't ever invite anybody anywhere until you actually are getting paid first and foremost, and you're actually decent.
So wait, no. So if you get booked for a show, you shouldn't invite people.
Go with no until you're good. Do you want your parents to see you?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Like whatever the worst case scenario is, like I bombed and I froze and then the host had to take me off, like that could happen, right? Like until you know that that's probably not going to happen, don't invite anybody anywhere.
So you know what I don't get though then is why is that why these comics that really invite a lot of their friends think they do so great is because they have their friends as backup. They're just like, that was hilarious, and there's like 50 people back there laughing and watching and just like entertained by what they said, but it's not an actual reaction from the rest of the people.
You got nice pictures here.
Tell me more.
Yeah, I mean, I think I learned really, really early, and I think I'm jaded. So, like, this is just me being kind of an asshole, but I don't like doing competitions. I don't do competitions for competitions because it fucks with your mind when you're like, oh, I did pretty well, and you didn't place because 3 people that are horrible brought like 50 people each, you know?
Okay.
So for me, at a very young age in comedy, I was like, I saw it and I go, how did you win? And then I realized literally we were all drinking at the bar and they were all his friends. And I go,
it makes sense.
I have a very frail, I don't want to say ego, but sure, I have a frail ego. When I think I'm better than somebody and then somebody promptly tells me that I'm not, I want to go home and cry.
You'll let people know. Or
I just want to go home and cry. Just no, I guess I'm shit. Whatever. I'll move to Albuquerque.
welcome, bro. You fit in well.
No, I think until you're actually getting paid money, like you're doing a large chunk of time, and that would be like 25 minutes or more. I think I didn't invite anybody. My girlfriend, then now wife, she brought a bunch of friends. So like one of my first shows.
Oh.
And I didn't do horrible, but I definitely wouldn't have felt good if they bought tickets.
Oh.
You know, they just showed up to the bar that we were at. It was a free show, but you know, I did 12 minutes of material in 5 minutes.
Oh shit!
Sounded like fucking Bone Thugs and Harmony. I got laughs, but it was very not professional feeling.
I'm trying to fit 12 syllables in a second.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Slow down. You know, you command the stage. You take your time. You know, if that's your pace, if your pace is, then that's you. But there's a difference between having a frantic pace and being what do you call it, uptight and jittery and yeah.
Okay, so there are some moments where you can actually, if your jokes are working with that kind of pace or it's actually set up that way, I mean, for all means, go for it, right?
Yeah. But there's a difference between like a fast pace and like a nervous fast pace. Okay. If that makes any sense.
No, it does. Because I should have started recording exactly when I started, but I didn't start until maybe 4 shows in. So after my 4th show, then I was like, yeah, I'm going to start recording every show.
Yeah, I'm going to say that from your first show to your 4th show, it's about basically the same stuff.
Yeah, see, and that's what I would love to have seen too, because now you see the progression. Because I'm just like, holy fuck, I can't believe that my first show, I got maybe a chuckle, and now there are certain jokes that are hitting a lot more.
Yeah, I think you got to look at stuff and start editing it in a way that just goes oh, all of my jokes that pertain to this go here, and then this joke merges into this next train of thought. What I've noticed with you is you've got jokes, but you don't know where to put them. You just kind of it's kind of like a buffet of just here's everything I got. In no particular order.
That's kind of true. Because when I first started writing comedy, I actually wrote a notebook and I wrote a bunch of premises and jokes, and I was like, I'm going to fill this up and get it going.
Yeah.
And I did that, and now that I go up on stage, I'm trying to pull from those and trying to find what I can do and where I can't do and what's good and what's not.
Wrong.
Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
All of it from the beginning. Don't tell jokes.
Throw your damn book away and play guitar.
Yeah, no, I think I don't know. My approach is. It's only 5 minutes, or it's only 7 minutes, only 10 minutes. I can remember more or less 10 minutes of what I want to talk about. So when you're doing 5 minutes, you should know oh, I want to do basically these 3 jokes. Because you don't really do one-liners, so you kind of have each joke is a minute and a half. It seems. No,
I kind of have maybe a few what's the most un-American thing?
Oh yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah, but. I think that to remember basically 5 minutes of material shouldn't be difficult, and you just go, oh, I want to talk about this, and then that basically, this is the topic, this is the punchline, this is the topic, this is the punchline, and they kind of go in order. Okay, because it's kind of conversational. It's you don't go, oh, I'm talking about Trump, and then I'm talking about White Claw, and I'm talking about milk crates, and I'm talking about
space.
Yeah, unless there's a direct way of thinking about it, you go Trump supporters drink White Claw that live in milk crates and,
that dream about space
or, whatever.
Yeah.
But, when you go when you just go from topic to topic to topic, people, it might be funny, but people are wait, oh, we're not talking about Trump anymore. Oh, we're not talking about this anymore. Have you ever talked to somebody who just can't stay on topic and you're talking about guitars and yeah. But
they end up mentioning a band, and it turns into a whole different thing. What happened there? Okay, I get what you're saying. And that's kind of comedy, right?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying now. I've never really looked at myself that way, but I get it. Because when I go up there, I just have a bunch of jokes that I have memorized, but I'm just fuck, which one's next? Fuck, which one's next? They're not in any particular order of what I should be working on. It's just hopefully I remember the joke, one of those jokes that I have in... Yeah, that have worked and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, mentally I've got a wall of Post-it notes, and then every so often I'm kind of shuffling around oh, I can go Trump wall, this, that, and then I can start moving stuff around, and then oh, that didn't work. I tried it 5-6 times, it didn't work. Okay, let me move the things around, and I just mentally do that because as I'm up there, I hit the joke, boom, and I try to figure like, oh, where can I go with this next? Not what's the next joke, what can I talk about next? It's like where can this conversation go?
Okay, so with that same joke, is it just building on it more?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Why not? I mean, especially with the internet on your phone. You know, you could literally go, what's fucking Rick and Morty? And then you could literally go, what do I know about Rick and Morty? And you just write down everything, you know, that's a little expensive. But you just go, what do I know about this topic? And you just write and you look it up and you write more stuff. And then you look at it and you go, oh, this can go in this joke and that can go in this joke. So I can do this Rick and Morty bit, Pickle Rick, pickles, dill pickles, kosher salt. I don't know, whatever.
Jews just keeps circling.
Yeah.
Until you find where it goes.
Or you can just keep on digging for tags. Rick and Morty, Pickle Rick, Choney, you know, whatever it is. I mean, there's no real wrong way to do it. And because we're not getting paid at these open mics, like, fuck it. Take one topic. Here it is. Belgium white beer. And just dig. For 5 minutes. Here's everything I know about it. We're going to figure something out. Fuck it. You're not getting booked now. Fuck it. What difference does it make?
That's not a bad idea because it is just trying to find material, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You come with material or you come with premises and you work on the material. It doesn't matter. Like, listen, you're not getting booked now. What difference does it make?
That's true.
You know, it's like, oh, if she doesn't like you now, why lie to her? Fucking just be you. She's not fucking you then. She's not fucking you now. Right. Whatever.
If you're going to get anywhere, at least do it right.
At least be who you want to be if you're not going to get anywhere with where you're going. Like, just be you. At least be happy.
Okay.
So for me, it's like sometimes you go, yeah, one topic. And we're just going to dig and dig and dig and try to get 5 to 7 minutes out of this. I mean, and then you go, oh, that's a shitty topic. But the thing is, you wrote it, and now you kind of have it somewhere in the back of your mind.
That could maybe something work.
Yeah. So right now, my old closer is literally just a throwaway phrase. You know, the thing that I used to close on, it literally just kind of, it's a toss away. You know, I've broken this 1 5-minute bit up into 3 or 4 lines that just kind of go here and kind of go there. You know, I just kind of pepper them around.
Wherever you feel they need to be, or like...
Yeah, wherever I feel like they can go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've seen there's other techniques too, right? If you really feel like you're losing the crowd and you're like with your new material and stuff, you're just like, fuck it, I'll at least do something that I know will get them back on my side and then try to do something else new again. Like, again, I feel like it's more... This is my problem is appealing to the crowd.
Yeah. Appealing to the crowd. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if I should or not because I feel like, oh, that joke didn't work so well. Fuck, I'm just going to say a joke that I know works. And then I see comics and stuff. They're like, great, he's doing this joke again.
Fuck them. What difference does it make?
Is that...
You're not getting paid. Nobody came to see you. Like, they didn't pay money to see you, like, do the same jokes. Fuck it. Fuck them. You know? It's the same thing. It's like saying, oh, I'm going to watch Kobe... I'm going to watch Kobe Bryant fucking dribble up the court and put the ball again. You know? I'm going to watch the Isotopes play baseball again.
Do it again. Okay. I get what you're saying.
They're not paying you. Worry about the people that pay you, you know? And I think that's everything. So I think going back to what you're saying if something doesn't work, you can course correct, you can go into other material, you can figure out or you can address it being like, oh, you guys don't like Overwatch material. Okay. Oh, because you're all 40 years old.
I get it.
Okay. Okay. Overwatch is a game that your kids are going to be playing, whatever. You can figure out what's wrong, which... Oh, sorry.
Dang, she wants to know what you're thinking.
Jesus.
Dude, and then you say they're not fucking listening to us.
They're always listening. Damn it. Here's the thing about that I don't mind them listening because I know there's nobody actually paying attention to me, but they're going to make me look like a complete asshole when I go crazy. They're like, see all this shit that happening. There's going to be a documentary like, look at all the receipts. Like, you couldn't have stopped me from going crazy. You're just going to call me a dick after I go crazy.
Right, okay. That one time that this whole thing went off, you can't say something?
Yeah. So, I think, there's a lot of moving parts in a joke. It's like, was it me? Was it the joke? Was it the people? Did something happen, that relates to this in the news? Like, there's a lot of things that could be, did the joke not work because it's not funny? Maybe. did the joke not work because it's clunky? Maybe, you know. Is it not a bowling alley crowd kind of joke?
These are all factors.
It's all factors.
Okay.
So the only way you're going to figure it out is you literally have to plow through it so many times. You know, you just go, oh, I tried it at the bowling alley. I tried it at Side Effects. I tried it at Sidewinders. I tried it at that, you know. And then at some point, you just go, hey, this is not working. Or you go, hey, I'm going to rewrite this. Or you literally just boil it down to where it just becomes this one punchline.
Because, yeah, that's true. Because you were talking, the very first time I saw you was at Founders, and you were talking to Jake, I think his name is. I can't remember his exact name. But you were telling him something about joke writing, and any joke that you have, make it shorter.
Yes.
Make it shorter.
Yes.
And I was just like, that's genius, because, like, that makes sense. Like, if your joke has so much of a, like, baggage that makes no sense of like, why is it this explaining here? Why is this even in there?
Yep.
That made so much sense to me. So after you said that, I went home and like worked on like 2 or 3 jokes, and I was just like, everything that I think I don't need in here, I don't need. And that's where I came up with the like, hey guys, give it up for me. I have 4 years of service in the military.
Yep.
JROTC was the shit.
Yep.
That's it. That's all it needed. That's all it's on there. And it's all because that little advice where you said to another person,
he's eavesdropping.
That makes so much sense.
He was blaming Google for listening. This motherfucker's listening.
I'm Google at this point. I fucking Alexa that shit. I'm like, Alexa said.
I think the conversation that I told him is like, because he had premises, and he it was just too long. It was just too many words and too many. And what I told him was like, and this is what I do a lot of times when I'm working on a new joke: do it, record it, and then literally sit down and play it back and write every single the, and then like every single word. And then you look at it and you go, oh, half of this shit is just me being nervous because I don't know how it works.
Right. Okay.
And then on top of that, I hate writing. I hate physically writing. And then I'm hoping that I can get this 5 minutes down in like 6 lines, or, you know, whatever. So the more lines, the more words, the more I have to write, the more I fucking hate it.
Okay.
So it's like, cut out that word. So I do it again the next day, and less words, and then less words, and then it's straight to the point.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I like that advice. So it was pretty cool to hear it coming from a comic that like is in part of the scene, you know, somebody different. Because you hear all these other advices from people that are just like, well, maybe that works, maybe that doesn't. But that one piece of advice that I wasn't even paying attention to, I was just like, that actually makes sense. Really does help.
He was overwatching.
That dude, those guys are protectors.
I don't even know how the game works. Hey, 5-yard penalty.
Technical, bro. Don't make
technical. That's technical.
Don't make fun.
This is timeout. This is technical.
Really?
Yeah.
God, you could tell.
Get out of here.
You could tell I don't play any sports.
No, I could definitely tell you don't play any sports or
actually,
watch it.
I actually like MMA a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you grapple a lot.
Oh, do you roll?
Yeah, so
okay.
I do know some jiu-jitsu. I know a guy that actually practices at the Gracie Bar.
Okay.
I don't have any money to go there, so everything he learns, I just tell, hey, man, come teach me. So we've been sparring and stuff every once in a while.
That's dope.
So I've been learning some cool shit, but I've actually want to expand it more and actually go to a workout there and stuff.
I think that I am too old.
You're never too old.
Yeah, that's what they say, but not when your body falls apart.
No, dude. Especially, okay, this is just like, don't you have that like Asian gene that makes you a little bit more aerodynamic than everybody else?
I don't have body hair. That's aerodynamic. I have just enough body hair to like let you know that I can consent legally. Like that is
okay.
Yeah, like that's about it. But it's like a slip and slide, yellow, long and wet.
How does that happen though? Like I don't have anything either, but yet I'm not categorized as like a amazing Mexican that like has all these chest hairs and beard that just comes out of nowhere. Like how the fuck does that happen?
I don't know. I don't know much about the Mexican. I watched Latino History for Morons. Did you see this?
I did not.
With John Leguizamo?
Oh, I did see that, but I didn't pay attention so much because I kept fucking doing random shit. But it was where he had the chalkboard and he did the whole lesson and shit like that. Which is fucking amazing. I can check it back out.
I made my wife watch it. She's Filipino, and I feel like there's a lot of like cross history. Like what they did to Latin America is basically what they did to the Philippines. Like that's
okay.
But yeah, I don't know where your hairless gene came from.
I think I have a little bit of Asian in me. Can you not give me at least that?
Sure.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, you haven't hit puberty yet. I don't know.
Dude, How have I not hit puberty yet?
I don't know. I'm waiting for my growth spurt. I'm 39. I'm like waiting for my growth spurt and facial hair. Fuck it.
Well, it's okay now, especially now they just give you hormone blockers to stop all that shit.
I'm not transitioning, bro.
Oh,
Like,
you don't want to try?
I'm trying to like transition. Like, how do I transition into like a full grown adult?
I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, like I'm trying to like, the funny thing is like women always want men. Like all the traits that women want in men and like dating and shit is like all the shit that you literally can't change. Like they want like tall, dark, handsome. We can't change any of that shit, right? They want like facial hair. Like, fuck.
Well, you keep naming shit I can't do.
Right, exactly. Like I literally can't grow taller. Like I physically cannot grow taller. I physically can't grow facial hair. But when we're like, oh well, you should love me the way I am. It's like, no, get fit. I don't know.
Right? Don't you like me because I'm funny?
Yeah, like fuck. So I'm just glad that I'm taller than my wife and I have less body hair. So.
Okay, well, getting into more of a serious topic then. How do you feel body hair and just like how it slides right off?
Yeah, sometimes I lose a nipple just like because there's just nothing to protect me from the.
There's nothing there that gives you warmth, so it's a cold nipple.
Yeah.
It's a very hard and cold nipple.
All the time. It's inverted. My nipples are inverted, sir.
Cutting glass, not even a thing.
Yeah, I think going back to what you're saying about like comedy here, I think comedy anywhere, you really not even comedy, advice from anywhere. You really have to check your sources. And I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not saying I know everything. I just know that there's a lot of people that don't know everything.
I give it to you though because you have, I want to say, credentials.
I mean, I lie about them, but yeah, sure.
What I've noticed and what I've seen, so that's what makes me want to like listen and be like, I should probably learn some stuff from this guy because especially that you're out of state. Like everything I've learned has just been from like, yeah, I moved to New Mexico, now I live here. Like, have you done anything else? Have you gone anywhere else and done anything else? Like, I haven't learned anything from those people.
I don't think anybody really moves here. It just seems like all my reactions, like in daily interactions, like, oh. We just moved here, and they're like, why? Like, can you do that? Like, yeah, just fucking move here. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I had a hard time in DC where I was recently for 3 years. I assumed, 3 years younger, but I still had credentials. I still had, I thought a wealth of knowledge, and nobody cared. Everyone, it was like the Lord of the Flies. Everyone was like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah, go back to your mountain, old fucking hermit, old man.
You don't know nothing.
Yeah, and everyone's like, when I walked in there, everybody was like 2-3 years in, and which is not bad, but, it's like, the scene was kind of weird. And coming from LA, I could see how there was like the industry was structured. I had an idea of how the industry is structured. And then DC was just kind of doing its own thing and, trying to be helpful as I try to be. Like, oh, we should think of XYZ. And, and then I became the adult in Neverland and just.
You don't know what you're doing.
We don't care. Like, we don't care what you know.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. We don't do that here. We do this here. And I just, I don't want to say I got blackballed, but I just became kind of like unbookable, which is really fucked with my mindset, my mental health, because it was kind of like, I can do the work, I've got everything that you need on paper, and I can do the work. I've been doing the work, and you just can't get booked for anything. So that kind of hurt. So it was good for me to leave mentally, mentally and emotionally. It was good for me to leave. And, generally there's a few people I like in DC, but fuck DC as a scene.
I could hear you. I could hear that. I mean, does it feel like that kind of scene? Is there potential here? Is there some sort of potential here for the comedy scene besides? Because again, when you were talking, Chris D'Elia was here for fucking 60 days and he didn't do anything. Man, dude, that blows me away, dude. I mean, granted, I have this podcast and I do my best. I totally bug the shit out of him on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, dude, I know you're here. Mm-hmm. I know you're here.
I see you.
Dude, I listen, I do it, but nothing, dude. And why is that? Is that just because there is no really interaction or any entertainment that goes on here that attracts someone like him? We get, no offense, we get someone like Bob Saget who's just passing by to just do something compared to other comics. There's probably a bunch of celebrities and comics that do filming and movies here that never go out because why?
Yeah, I think I guess I'm revealing some secrets, but I think that there's not one go-to place of comedy here. Like there's no comedy club
established Because again, I don't know this either. I barely found out some of this stuff coming up, but there was a comedy club. It got shut down. It didn't even last that long because it wasn't really structured correctly with like finances and shit like that.
Right. But I think that forget how all of the ins and outs of how to run a comedy club, but like there is no one place for comedy. There's no one go-to person. Here, like when you go Albuquerque comedy, there's just like bar shows, but there isn't like, as a fan of comedy, as someone goes, hey babe, let's go see some comedy tonight. Okay, where are we going? I don't know. You know, there is no, well, I heard this place has comedy, let's check that out. There is no place for comedy here.
There's those, but not actually like established comedy scene.
Right.
Like that place where you go to watch comedy.
Like there should be a Thursday night place, a Friday night place, a Saturday night place. They all may be the same place, but it's like, hey, it's Thursday night. I heard that they have comedy at this place. Let's go. You know, like, hey, it's Friday. Fuck it. Let's go watch some comedy. There is no one place.
So with that being said, though, should there be that established comedy club and these open mics still being run at different places and stuff like that too?
Sure.
That kind of builds the scene too, right?
Yeah, but also, you know, here there's no veteran comedian. There's no like actual touring comedian that lives here that just goes like, this is how things work. This is how it should be. There's no person like Chris D'Elia could have rung up any of his friends and be like, hey, who do we know in Albuquerque that does comedy? And then, you know, they go, oh, this guy. And then he calls up this guy and goes, hey, where are you performing tonight? And then he would have showed up. But there was no vouch for any place because there's no comedy club. There's no place for comics to go like, hey, I did my set at the bowling alley. I'm going to go hang out at the comedy club. And it doesn't have to be an actual comedy club. It could be like an Italian restaurant that's comedy on Friday, Saturday night, you know.
Okay. An established place.
Like a go-to, my sets are done. Let's go to this place and hang out and go hang out with nationally touring headlining comics. Like,
it's a hangout more.
It's got to be. It's got to be because you don't see how things work. You know, if like shout out to the DC Improv, Antoine out there, you know, he does everything he can to like make sure comics can come and see shows if it's not a sold out show. Shout out to the DC Comedy Loft, James out there. You know, the same thing. Like if you're a comic, come and watch. You know, you'll see how an actual comic of 20 years, 30 years has been doing it in, night out. This is how it works. There isn't anything here. Like, who do we know at the stage? You know, that can just like, yeah, hey, you comic, yeah, go hang out in the back. You know,
okay.
We don't have that. We don't have, and I think that's the next step. You get good, you learn how to do comedy, you understand the business of comedy, you get funny, and then somebody that goes, hey, you're funny. You know, I'm in Albuquerque, I'm in Santa Fe, I'm somewhere, you know, in the area, I'm at one of these casinos. You want to open for me? You know, and then you open for them, and then they go, hey, I'm in Denver. Let me fly you out. Yeah. Or, you know, whatever it is.
And it's just those little connections, right?
That's all it is. That's all it is. It's like if somebody goes, hey, Loy, I know you're in Albuquerque. Can you do the show? I'll go, yes, I'll do the show. No, I can't. Well, is there anybody you know? Yes, here's the vouch. You know, here's the names that I recommend that you go, that you have open or host or something.
So that's weird then. Does that turn into like a credential kind of thing where it's just like, okay, I'm going to vouch for him because I like him.
Yes.
Instead of just like, because I don't know if you've noticed, I know you've been here just a little bit, but have you noticed how cliquey the scenes are? Where it's just like, it feels like a fucking high school, dude. I go in there and there's like
everywhere.
People will talk to certain people or they'll just like do certain things. And it's just like, I thought we're all here for the same thing.
Oh, you're so naive.
Like a little baby, right?
Yeah, I think that's what
spank that little ass.
I think that's kind of what happened with me in DC. It was just that, you know, for whatever reason, I either rubbed somebody the wrong way, or you know, I just wasn't the cool kid, or whatever it might be, and it just wasn't. I felt like the 3 years was really just kind of like a stop. You know, given I could have and I should have done more, right? New York is a $20 bus ride away. You know, I should have done more, but you know, it got fucked me up in the head. But yeah, it's everything's cliquey, you know. And what happens is you get good, you sell tickets, you go once somebody. If Chris D'Elia came and was like, you're funny, I'll have you open for me next time I'm somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And then you open Chris D'Elia, guess who becomes one of the cool kids? you know, because
you got to open up for him.
yes. And what happens is when Chris D'Elia comes, or any of his openers, or any of his friends like Brent Morin, or, you know, Jason Collins, shout out, name drop, what up?
Doing it right.
Yeah, I think, you know, they go, hey, who's in town? Oh, hit up Loy. Loy can't do it, but Loy gave me a vouch for Angel, vouch for somebody
that else is out there.
And what it comes down to is funny is one thing, but if you're cool to hang out with, that is almost
just as good,
if not more.
Okay.
Because what happens is, like, if he goes, hey, let's go to Denver, right? Buys you a ticket, you go to Denver, and you're just a weird dude that just...
I could see that.
You know, like...
They're like, hey, bro, are you going to come hang out with us? Or are you going to do something? And it's just like, no, I'm cool.
Or like, hey, don't hang out with us. You know, we're going to go to a bar, and you're going to go back to the hotel. Like, you know, like you just...
You have to be likable.
Yes, because what comes down to is people who go see, let's say, Chris D'Elia, anybody that sells theaters, right? Nobody is showing up to a theater by accident. Everybody's like, oh, I came to see this
There's
guy.
a reason.
Yes. And they go, I will tolerate almost anybody going up ahead of him. You know, like, oh, yeah, he's funny. He's good. But we came to see Chris. Where's Chris? You know, so you kind of just, being funny is almost irrelevant.
Okay.
Like, can I hang out with you in a green room for basically 4 hours? 4 hours a night for 3 nights,
and with still being able to stand what he says, what goes on.
Yep.
Those weird awkward nicks and shit like that.
Yeah. Maybe the dude just wants to get coke. Can you get him coke? You know, I don't know. Because the thing is, like, funny is everywhere. You can find funny anywhere.
You can even make funny. I honestly feel like you can. Like, I don't know. Do you know the guy that we always give shit to? His name is Alex.
Alex G, yeah.
Yeah, so I honestly feel like he can be funny. There are funny things in him.
I had to pull him. I didn't have to do shit, right?
Just dig it out.
Yeah, I didn't have to, but I kind of was just like, I'm tired. I've seen him set. I don't know. He's at every open mic, right? So every open mic I've been to, I've seen him.
The same thing.
And I had he does this thing. He's like, I want to be a comedian. Right?
I feel like I should be doing this.
And I'm like,
this is my calling.
I had to pull him aside. Stop saying that you are a comedian. You're doing comedy. Like, this is what you're doing. Don't dedicate time on telling us your hopes and dreams
of what you want.
Of what you want to do, right? Sure, you might not be good at it,
but you're doing
it. So let's just take that off the table altogether. Let's get to something, you know? Because, like, you know, I want to be a Twitch streamer. It's like, you're on Twitch, you're streaming. Like, that is mission accomplished.
And that's kind of the same incentive of, like, building up your goals, right? If you're like, I want to do stand-up. Okay, you did stand-up. You can't keep saying, like, I want to do stand-up again. You did it already. Do something else that brings that goal or that ambition higher. Where you're just like, okay, I'm actually going to write a good 2-minute joke for my stand-up.
Yep.
And then that builds up to that. And then it comes up to more of whatever you want to do. Like, I'm going to try to get on a headliner show, or I'm going to try to get booked for a show.
Right. I mean, when you go, hey, I want to do something, and you do it, stop talking about how you want to do it. You've done it. Now let's move on. Let's get better at it. Let's get more, I don't know, whatever. But I had to pull him aside and just be like, listen, bro, I'm fucking tired of hearing you say this shit, you know? And then the thing about Alex G is he's become like this anomaly where just everybody kind of cheers for him, but he's sort of like the Rudy character that
we're hoping. Well, see, this is how I see it, is like, I don't know if you were there. I think it was the Monday before I met you. He actually killed with that material. And it was only because, again, the crowd of what was attracted to what he was saying. And that's what blows me away, too, is like, there are those nights where you can have an amazing set, blow people away, and you do that exact same set the next night, and it just bombed.
Fuck. There's times where, you know, in your traditional comedy club setup, you do maybe a show on Thursday, 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday, usually, right?
Yeah.
You know, so basically 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday. I've done the same material on a Friday night early show that did well, and then does shit the second show the same night at the same club in the same city. It's like, we're in this city, so you kind of understand the demographic. You're at the same place. It's bringing in the same people. It's the same headliner.
You're thinking this is gonna work.
It should basically be the same, right? That's not comedy.
That's sick. That's what blows me away too, is because I've had those moments where I'm just like, dude, I killed. I'm gonna do this exact same thing next week. I'm gonna do it, and then I did it at Founders. bullshit. I was like, there you go. There's that hope and ambition where you just probably didn't read the room correctly, or you just didn't get what you thought you needed for that show.
I think there's parlor tricks. There's parlor tricks to everything. Where you go, oh, this joke didn't work, and you kind of pull out a parlor trick to kind of get everybody back on track. You address it, whatever it is. Like you address it, and you go, oh, well, that didn't work. Oh, I guess we're Republican or whatever. I don't want to get too political or anything, but you go, oh, I guess there's no Overwatch fans here. Yeah. Okay, you kind of know
no otakus. Get out of here.
Right. You kind of just like know how to like shift the paradigm a little bit to where you can go back on track, and maybe that brings up something else, or maybe you go, okay, fuck video game references, let's go somewhere else.
Do sports or something, just
right?
As long as you go off of it,
or a lot of these are open mics, they're just comics. Just go through your material, smooth it out, and you listen to it, and you go, oh, and you add stuff to it, and then you shave it, and you add, and then you shave. It's like this building of, I don't know, clay, and then you add clay to it, and you shave it off, and you add more to it, and you shave it off.
You kind of see it too. Like you're just like, oh shit, I need to take off just that little piece right there.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep. And then you go, okay, now I got to make this vase into a pot, and you build it, and then you make it back into a vase. But everything is just so airtight,
So with that being said, Lloyd, do you have another or any other sort of skill that you do besides comedy?
None.
Like a card player, maybe? No. Nothing in music, nothing with gymnastics, nothing at all? Because one thing I found that's really interesting in the comedy scene is that people find the same determination from acquiring a skill. Like Zach, for instance, he references a lot of the dancing and how hard it took to be a dancer.
Oh, okay.
And moving it to like, you have to kind of apply that to comedy as well. Like if you want to be that good at one thing, you got to practice your ass off. And that's the exact same thing for comedy. And I was just wondering if you might have had a certain skill or something that you kind of like, I'm so good at it, that's why I have this same determination for comedy. Or did comedy kind of be that determination to be good at it?
I think I am the exact opposite of the Asian stereotype. I did not succeed really at anything else. I've actually failed into comedy, where people will go, oh, I have a career, I do well, and then now I'm going to go into comedy because I enjoy it, blah, 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 blah. I think I can good. But no, I'm the exact opposite. Like, this is literally my last option. Like, I try to learn coding, like, oh, you should learn a bit of website. Get the fuck out of here.
I'll make my own.
Yeah, no, I this is literally the last stop. Like, I'm 39. I don't, people go, oh, you go back to school and be a lawyer. Who the fuck wants to go to law school at 39? Like,
that's true.
Like, not me. I didn't even have the ability to go to law school the first time around. You think I'm just, let's just go. Yeah.
Let me just try.
Yeah, fuck it. Like, they say necessity is the mother of all of invention, and this is the necessity is that I don't have other options, and the invention is basically doing as best I possibly can in comedy. And you do it 9 years, and you can't fucking quit. Like, it's not a job. It's like, it's kind of who you are, and like everything I've learned and every little odd job that I've taken in between, it's like, I'm burning this bridge. I'm literally like, as soon as I can get this bill paid, I'm probably going to be fucking off. Like, as soon as like, if I have a weekend and they won't let me take this weekend, I'm still taking this weekend off because I have comedy to do. And if I get fired, then I get fired. Fuck it. That is the way I've seen comedy since.
That's sick. That's badass. Because to be honest, I'm a little scared of that.
Right.
Of like, I barely started comedy, but I like it so much that I want to do stuff like that, where I'm just like, fuck it. I want to go. If I can get good enough, I want to be booked like in Denver, or I want to do something in Phoenix, or try it out. But then what if my job is like, yeah, you're not going to be able to go for 3 days. Unfortunately, you can't go. And I felt like I built my life up so much that I just like, oh man, if I fuck up, I'm going to have to start from the bottom. And yet I don't have any of this cool stuff like I do now. I won't have any of the cool stuff that I built because of what I've done.
Wait until you get married and then now you can't even gamble with your own shit. You're literally gambling with somebody else's life.
That's what I'm scared. Well, I've been in the whole thing. I got with a woman and we lived together for 4 years. And
Damn.
It was intense. We had everything going, but then it just fell through. It was just
You got fucking toys everywhere. Of course it fell through.
don't ever say that to me again.
No, I'm fucking jealous. But on the other end, like I tell my wife all the time, like I love her to death, and I met her I met her before I found comedy. Before comedy, I was just like a barely working actor. You know, like we won't get into that, but
That's for another podcast.
that's completely a different story. But I quit acting for comedy.
Shout out to the 8 viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys
What's up,
are
y'all?
awesome.
What's up, y'all?
Got any questions? Drop them in.
Oh, fucking 7 comments already? Shit.
Got some people all day. Well, Food Stamp Gaming was on there, and then for you to NV haters.
Okay, for you to envy haters. Got it.
He was just talking a little bit. LOL. Really enjoy the show. Thank you. Corey Herrera came on and said, "Good shit." MuseMe TV, and also again,
What up, Cora Herrera? Res Life?
LOL from 42NV.
42 Envy.
42NV.
Okay, what up? What
All
up,
spelled out.
everybody?
So thanks again for watching,
Quick
guys.
question. Drop, other than Corey, I know where you are, but everybody else, drop where you are located, like what city. I'm curious.
Yeah, just drop your location. No, don't
Drop a pin. Don't drop a pin.
Pin your
I
location.
don't want to know that shit.
But just let us know where you're from. State, city, whatever.
Country, fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. We're here, dude. We're here. It's fucking hanging out.
No, I'll say that. So I met my wife before I found comedy. I found comedy, and we kind of both learned the industry together. Like, she's cool with me being out, maybe not this late.
You're like, I got to double check that one.
Hey. But
Send her the link. She knows what you're doing. She'll be knowing exactly, especially when it's live.
she's super supportive, and but I tell her all the time, like, listen, if we weren't married, I'd be living in a van. I'd be living in a van, just touring the country, doing comedy. Like, that is who I am. That is what I want to do. And I think one of the reasons why we moved to Albuquerque is, I'm at that stage where I don't have to be in a local scene. You know, I don't have to be in a LA or New York. It's so expensive. I can live here. We live with my in-laws, which great, love them, rent free. So now I can gamble a little bit more. Like, I can go to a casino show in Oklahoma somewhere, like that's, I think what it comes down to is you have to put yourself in a position where you can gamble everything every day.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like, work at T-Mobile, work at Sprint, and you go, hey, you can't go. Well, I'm going, I'm gone. Write me up, fire me, whatever. We'll have that conversation later. But everything has to do with comedy because my monthly is so low.
And you think it's just taking those chances?
It is.
It is.
I think everything has with this. It's like it's always taking those chances. Like, can I be on a flight tomorrow to Seattle for a casino gig or whatever, or can I be on a flight tomorrow for name a place? Yes, I can. My passport's in place. I've done comedy all around the world. I can be on a plane tomorrow and not really worry about too much.
Yeah. Still, it can. Not a burden on the back of your mind, but still, like, whatever. I can ditch that last thing that I was doing.
Nothing is more worse than like going to a gig knowing that you might not have a job tomorrow. It's just better knowing that you don't have a job tomorrow.
Just knowing that you have to not even worry about it.
Yeah, like the scariest moment of my life was when I got my first club check, and it was like $150, $175. I forget. But I remember looking at it and just being like, how many more times do I need to do this to pay rent per month? And then you look at your calendar, you don't have half as many as you need. So that was frightening. Where you go, it's possible to make money, but now I got to figure out, okay, my rent's, let's say $1,000 and my car, fuck, got to work harder. Got to shoot out those emails, got to get booked.
And I love how you kind of have that mentality as like, I'm trying to make the money in the comedy kind of sense, where there's other people where they're like, I'll make my money where I can doing side jobs and then go to the comedy side as my second job.
I think there's now with what we're doing, Shout out to everybody.
Thanks again. 8 viewers. You guys are awesome.
I appreciate you.
Josh is on here as well. So is TJ Jose and Corey. Thanks for another comment.
Tijuana Jose.
Yo,
TJ.
Jose said, girlfriend or wife isn't that bad. Throw in 4 kids on top of that.
Man, TJ. Pull out.
He's been getting busy.
DJ, you go 1 kid, you go, yeah, let's do this again. After the 3rd kid, you're like, I mean, maybe. No,
I'm not good at this. Let's just keep going.
I am. That's one of the reasons why we moved to Albuquerque, TJ's, because I'm getting up there in age, my wife as well. So we're kind of in the last leg of the window of having kids. And she's an only child. So, should probably put a baby in there if I could.
It's time to throw it in there.
I've been throwing it in there, not for lack of trying. You know, when they say, like, hey, don't have sex because you could have a kid. Like, we've been having sex.
Well, that's what we're trying to do, guys.
Yeah, like, I thought it was going to be way easier than this. I just thought it'd be like, oops, sorry.
Right.
Nope. It's hard. So I congratulate you for having 4 kids because that means all of the mechanics work on both of you.
Right.
But yeah, no, but that's very true. Like, you start, like, once you get married, you go, oh, I'm gambling with somebody else's life. And then you go, you got kids. Now you're gambling with a whole family's life. I get it. Like, people that go, no, I gotta go to work and then I'll try to get an open mic. And then I got to go home to my kids. I completely get it.
That makes me sad. That makes me pissed.
Really? With all of this?
Yeah, it does. Because I have the ambition and the determination to be famous.
Then pull out every single time.
Every single time.
Even with a condom. Wear a condom, still pull out.
And still do it.
I don't know how she's going to get pregnant out of her ass, but
Right. Right. The poop hole loophole doesn't work for a reason.
Hey, yeah. So, I think that's the thing about comedy is you can't do it. You can't really be successful being in one place. Like, you can't be successful just being in Albuquerque. You have to leave. Now with like social media and stuff like that, the game is to figure out how to sell tickets. So the thing is, like, you could go to, let's say, name a city, go Idaho. That's a state. You go to Boise.
Glendale.
Yeah. Let's say you go to Glendale, Arizona. That's a 7-hour drive from here. Yeah, I'm going to leave my wife, my family. I'm going to leave my friends for the weekend. And I could make, I don't know, maybe $1,000 for the weekend, just taking the base price point. Like, I don't have to sell tickets. I'm just going to take $1,000 for 4 shows, right? Or you could do exactly the same drive for the same exact sacrifices and sell tickets and make like 10 grand. What makes more sense to you?
But that's putting in the work, though.
That is, people don't want to hear this and people don't want to admit it, but it almost has nothing to do with being funny. Almost has nothing to do with being funny.
That's true.
It's like, how many tickets can you sell, and can you make it worth leaving your house? So it's like, I'm going to Glendale, Arizona. It's a 7-hour drive, and I can make $1,000 a weekend, or I can make basically, I don't know, ballpark $10,000. Okay. It's possible to make $5,000 to $10,000 a weekend, right? At a decent club, if you can sell the tickets. What do you want to do?
You'd obviously want to make the money.
Obviously.
That's what you want to do. And I've seen it too before, because like me and my band used to do the same thing all the time too. It's the same kind of dynamic where you have to go out there, push those tickets, and they come to the show. Even if they don't come to the show,
tickets are sold.
You're still got the money for what they wanted to see.
But the thing with stand-up comedy is a little bit different. Just because like, if you sold out all the tickets, right? Let's say you're at 100, you're 250 seater comedy club. You sell all the tickets and nobody shows up. You probably won't get booked again because the club isn't making the food money.
Yeah, the revenue of everything else.
Yeah, the club is two different businesses. It's a restaurant club, it's a restaurant business and a comedy club business. So it's like, you still got to sell the tickets and have people show up.
Okay.
Because, I mean, yeah, that'd be great. You got a couple $100,000 in the bank and you just go, hey, I'm going to get booked here. I'm going to buy all the tickets and they're going to love me. No, just stay on the right course, sell the tickets, whether through wherever I am, or you find out who's watching and they go, oh, everybody is in fucking Virginia Beach. Everybody that watches here is from Virginia Beach. Guess what? I'm going to Virginia Beach every fucking year. Every 9 months I'll be in Virginia Beach.
So they know that there's something going on.
Because, that's where all the eyes are. So if everyone here is in Virginia Beach, I'm going to make sure that I go because I know I can sell tickets. For me, as being an Asian American comedian, I know exactly where my pockets are. I know where I can sell well, and then you got to take a gamble. Like, oh, I'm going to try Boise and see how those tickets are.
Right. Let's try Wisconsin. Fuck it.
I sell well in Milwaukee.
You're like, I do.
I sell okay in Milwaukee.
They like the Asian crowd.
Yeah, I'm just saying. and being Hispanic and me being Asian, like, it's not a crutch, but it is a foundation. You go, hey, I'm going to go where all our Hispanics are. Why? Because it's an easy way to sell tickets. And then you get a little bit bigger and you go, okay, maybe I'll go to Fresno and I'll go to Stockton, and then you go, okay, you do well in Stockton, go, okay, I'll go to Stockton and Sacramento. Like, you just keep on building out a little bit.
Right. Okay. So even if the one where you're just like, I'll go to here and that
next time.
Yeah. It's still the build up to the next one.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, because people go, like, if people like you, people want to see you, they'll go, oh, I'll drive 3 hours. I'll drive 2 hours. You go, oh, I live in Santa Fe, but I'm going to drive down here to Albuquerque to go see Angel. But then you realize that people coming from Santa Fe, you go, okay, I'll do a show in Albuquerque and I'll come back in 6 months and I'll do Santa Fe.
Okay. So that it's still more like, because there's even people up higher north that would probably never go to Albuquerque, but they'll be like, I can make it to Santa Fe at least.
Yep. I mean, given that's a bad example only because it's only like it's like an hour away.
One fucking drive all the way there.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be uncommon. You just go, and then you go, oh, then you find out people are in Denver, and you go to Denver, and then Colorado Springs. I don't know fucking geography. I'm just saying that you
can do it. You can go straight, and you'll find places.
Sell tickets, and I think the biggest problem that we're seeing right now is that there's some of the Ticketmaster, we're not getting our customer information, so we don't know where they're coming from. So you're selling from like your Eventbrite, you get emails. You can use the emails to find out where people are, and from there, I mean, that's really just go where your crowd is. You don't have to be funny. You just have to be wanted to be seen. Does that make sense?
That makes sense because, again, there are some times where somebody like Alex G will kill.
Yeah.
Because there are those crowd of people or those demographic of people that like it.
Yeah, because that's my comedy. Yeah. And, one of the OGs, when they were mentoring me, they go, hey, you're doing a show. Nobody came to see you. There's 300 people in there, and you get 3 fans. That's all you need. All you need is 3 fans. And the next show, 3 fans. Next show, 3 fans. Next thing you know, you're doing well. You don't have to win everybody over. You just have to get 3, 4, 5 people that just go, you know what? Let me know when you're coming back. Let me know. Here's my information. Here's my email address. Let me know when you're coming back.
So it's networking a lot too. So like after a show, a good example that I've seen is like if somebody laughed at my joke that I saw, I would go to them and be like, hey man, thank you for coming to my show. It's really cool.
Yep.
If you know any other times, I'll be doing open mics all the time. Just let me know. I'll see if I can book you on or come to the show. Yeah,
that's how the Instagram stars have become. That's how they got into the comedy club realm, because people online see their Instagram and go, oh, Angel, comedian. Even though they're not a stand-up comedian, they're online comedian. And then they go, hey, my local improv, my local comedy club. Hey, when is Angel coming? I would love to see him. And then they get enough phone calls and they go, who's this fucking guy?
Right.
Let's go fucking find him. Hey, come do this weekend.
Do a show, yeah.
Because apparently there's enough people in this area that want to come see you, That's how I feel like that's how they kind of breached into our realm of comedy. If you can sell tickets, you can get booked anywhere.
Right. Okay. I get that too, because like you put a video online, but yet most of the people that are commenting it are from the West. From like California, from all that area. So then all of a sudden that your stuff is appealing to them. Fuck it. Might as well drive down there or just go see what's going on over there.
Yeah. And then, we're getting way too like in the technical. But I'll say gamble on yourself. Like I've taken, hey, no guarantee, but I will take a higher % of the door tickets. Like literally, I will go there. I will take no guarantee money. So I could walk out of there broke. I could walk out of there $0. And I go, hey, I will take, as opposed to, let's say the standard is 60% of the door, I will take zero guarantees, so you have no risk, and I'll take 80% of the door. And they go, fine, fuck it. If we sell 2 tickets, fuck you, whatever, you know.
Yeah, they make out.
Yeah, if we sell 2 tickets, then fuck you. Here's your 60, whatever the 12, 20. Here's your $25. Go fuck yourself. You know, They don't care. But you have to be willing to
take the chance.
Take the chance, because they go, hey, Angel, he sells tickets, but he's gonna cost us $10,000 off the bat. Like, we have to guarantee he will make $10,000. Fuck it. Why don't we just try this kid?
We'll just try somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Undercut everybody. But if you believe in yourself, right?
That's true.
It's a business. Believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, is Corey still watching?
I don't know if he is or not, but you guys heard it here, folks. Believe in yourself.
Oh, yeah. Don't stop believing.
Believe in yourself, bro.
What else? What else you want to talk about?
Nothing much, man. Again, this is just a random podcast. We just shoot the shit. Whatever comes up, whatever we feel like talking. There's nothing scripted. I don't have no bullet points. Here's a question.
Okay.
How do you feel about the way technology is advancing in our society now? Do you feel like it's beneficial, or do you feel like it's kind of dumbing us down to a way that we don't remember or learn anything anymore? Go.
I think technical again. Shit. No, I like it. I like the fact that why do I need to remember fucking stats or statutes or laws or fucking history? It's like, yeah, I remember enough to go, oh yeah, there's a thing. Let me look it up. But technology, I think is good. So what? We got dumb kids. Kids have always been dumb. Every generation says the generation after them is full of dumb kids. Like, it's always been that way. The music sucks. You don't understand. You'll never know.
Right. It was way easier in my day.
Or it was way harder. You guys have it too easy. Like, that's always, like, fuck it. I don't care. I would be very disappointed if 150 years later we're still riding everywhere on a goddamn horse. You know, like, I'd be very upset if everything that we did, we were still trying to hunt fucking deer with bow and arrows that we made with twigs. Like, I'd be very disappointed. Like, all of the shit that we're doing now is because somebody else was like, hey, we need to find a better way.
Yeah, because this is too hard.
Yeah, like, you know, they have this saying or it's a stat that up until like 1990, people never left like a 40-mile radius of where they were born.
Okay.
Like, and it made sense. Well, now that I live in Albuquerque, it fucking makes sense. Like, nobody's like, fucking Las Cruces, go fuck yourself.
I know where that's at.
Yeah, I've seen that on the news once. But, you know, like, when I first moved to LA in 2006, and this was like, you know, I was 26, the internet was around, but it wasn't like GPS, it wasn't as dependent smartphones like it is. And I remember everyone being like, what are you going to do out there? Where are you going to live? How are you going to get there? Like,
so expensive.
Not even that. Just like how? Like how? You know, how? It's like now those questions are, it's still around, but it's still like, it's so obnoxious to me. It's like the fucking internet. Like, I literally booked an Airbnb, but, you know, like, I've got the directions, I've got the address, I can go.
Yeah.
You know, everything is there. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't leave the 40-mile radius of where you were born, because you have everything. You could set up a job, you could set up an apartment, all from the comfort of your home without ever having to leave. So technology, I can't imagine what it was like trying to sell a ticket in the fucking 70s and the 80s and the 90s.
Door to door.
Yeah,
Hey,
like,
bro.
Do you like comedy? Do you like to laugh?
Yeah, let me tell you a joke right away.
Yeah, like, that sounds horrible. Now you just gotta throw a promo out there and you go, hey guys, I'm gonna be in fucking Denver, Colorado, come see me, here's a clip, and then
Check it out.
Link the tickets below.
Nice.
And then you literally just
Thank you very much. They think what we're doing is cool. That's where that comes from. Thank you very much.
Who is that?
Featherstone.
What up, Featherstone?
Featherstone said Johnny Chimpo and then said cool. And that's where that little insignia came out.
What's Johnny Chimpo mean?
I have no idea. I think it has. Let's look it up right away.
No, let's not do that. That sounds like some porn
That sounds like
shit.
it's gonna be racist.
Yeah. But like I think, especially now, right? Even in the 90s, early 2000s, you had to buy.
Oh, you ever seen Super Troopers?
Yes.
That's
Oh yeah. The fucking. Yeah.
Johnny Chimpo.
I don't remember. I don't know how that goes.
I worded that. That just he just commented that Johnny Chimpo, and then he said cool.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Thank you for interacting.
Fuck it. We appreciate you. Did anybody say where they're from?
We have nobody that said where they're from.
Okay, yeah, like fuck it. We're not even supposed to be up right now.
Kids don't even know what's going on.
So, 2000s, even up until recently, you had to go buy an ad in a newspaper. You had to go fucking go on the radio, maybe buy a TV commercial. That all costs money, right? But you never could guarantee that everybody that viewed it was even into comedy. But now you do a Facebook ad and you go, okay, here's the age group from fucking 21 because they need a drink, right? 21 to 45, male, female, Asian American, likes comedy, likes stand up, likes Joe Coy, all the things that I think that someone that would like me likes.
It could appeal to them right away when they see it.
Yeah. And I spend $10 and I get, 5,000 views or whatever the number is. Right. And you go, I know that the 5,000 views of this promo is going to people that could buy a ticket. Why would I go spend money for someone like me to have, like, I don't know, whatever, somebody that doesn't like comedy? I'm wasting money. I'm literally spent $10 and I'm in front of 5,000 people that actually could buy a ticket.
Compared, yeah. If you put out the ad and make people come to you because of the attraction of it.
Like anybody that bought that like stand up, they would have to go to like the third page of the fucking newspaper and look down and go, oh, I guess I read, do you read the whole fucking newspaper? And then you got to find my little business card size ad. Like, hey, Loy's going to be, fuck that.
You look for what you want.
Yeah. Now, like, when they say, oh, the phone's listening to me because I was talking about one thing and next thing you know, all my ads are showing up. That's what I want. That's what I'm paying my $10 for.
People want to be known. They want to be out there. Their product, their whatever they're selling, shit like that.
Yes. 5,000, like, you know how much they spend money on a Super Bowl, ad, like a Super Bowl ad? Like if you spend a tenth of that in Facebook ads, you would be phenomenally successful.
Just in Facebook.
But
that's a demographic that will open up other avenues where like, oh yeah, I follow him on Facebook. Why not follow him on Instagram and on Twitter and on whatever else he does?
Yep. And then you do a joke, right? You go do a joke. You go, oh, here's the NBA joke. Here's a basketball joke. And now you go, LeBron James, fucking NBA. I'm going to be in Denver, so it's going to be the Nuggets. Anybody that likes that shit, now they see my ad. And then you do another joke with another clip and you go, oh, here's something else.
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Throw that in there. That goes in that whole demographic of them. That's dude. This is actually very insightful. Like these little things and stuff that kind of bring what you want to do into play makes sense because it is about putting yourself out there to a certain demographic. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like I should just be fucking doing those stupid Facebook things where I'm just like, dude, I'll be at the Improv tonight, so you gotta go check me out.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Here's a little joke. Here's a little clip. It's a throwaway joke. It's not like a bit, but you just you have enough interests. You could go the comic book route, specific or general. You got music, you got musicians, which music and musicians are two different things. You go genre music. You can do all these things. And you just go, people go, oh no, I really want to hear what you have to say about Rick and Morty. Nice. I'm curious.
Yeah.
You go, here's my $20. Because I think what comes down to, I was watching the Fire Fest documentary. Did you watch that?
I didn't.
It's basically Ja Rule had this music festival that turned out to be this utter complete shit show, but it was like $10,000 for tickets. So all these like 20-something people had money. They bought it. They went to this island, and it was a complete shit show, right? Fuck. But that goes to show that people would rather spend money on an experience. They know that only a handful of people
were there.
And given that it was a shit show, but now they are even more so at a higher level because like I was one of the few of this in the shit show.
You can brag about that.
Right.
That's something you can brag. That's crazy.
So the thing is like you can watch my special on Netflix, which is cool, but you now know that 1 billion people have access to this but only 250 people got to see me when I was in their town.
Yeah.
Like that is worth
exclusivity.
Yeah.
Way more.
I saw it. Here's my money. I was part of it. I'm one of few. I got to see him, touch his hand, whatever. So I think people at the younger age, 25 and up, are willing to spend money on like Coachella. They're putting money on experience.
Yeah, something that's going to bring them all. Because even if it's one act, they're going to the whole festival.
Right,
to
right.
The whole fucking
because they just say, "Hey, I saw it. Hey, did you go to see Loy when he was in town? No. You should have.
You didn't. I saw it. It was funny shit.
Well,
that brings incentive for the next show, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, are you going to go see him next time? Because
fuck it, he's in Santa Fe. I'm driving an hour and a half to go to fucking Santa Fe because I am not. Fuck on hell. I am not going to let him say that shit. Hey, did you go see Loy? No. Oh, I should have made it to Santa Fe.
You fucked up, bro.
No. Hey, you thought he was funny when he was here? Shit's 10 times funnier.
Yeah, see, that's what's crazy too, because you don't know what the response will be at the other place. Like he was funny last night, but you should have saw him the other night. Like every other time could be so much of a build-up.
Name drop. I got to open for Russell Peters. Don't know. Okay, that's fine. No big deal.
He's the first thing I think of is Russell Brand.
No, Russell Peters.
He's a kind of chunkier, right?
He's an Indian guy from Canada.
A bigger guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know who he's talking about because I've seen him on Kill Tony a few times.
And he's probably the biggest selling comedian. He's always in the top 10 biggest selling comedians in the world.
Okay.
But I got to open for him, and his fan base, super polite. They're like, "Oh, that's great, that's great. Oh, you're still telling you? Okay, great. Where's Russell? Okay, okay. Oh, yeah, where's Russell? And that's what it comes down to. Like when everybody is in the crowd to see you, like it's a completely different show. When nobody knows you, you're fighting for attention, you're fighting for laugh, blah, 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 blah. But there is a beauty when like literally just softballs, just knocking it out of the park on tee,
every time, yeah.
Every single time. Like I remember watching him. I got an opportunity to watch him do like 8 shows in one weekend, like multiple times, right? And he'd just be like, "Sir, where you from?" He'd be like, "Oh, Des Moines." I don't know where that is. And people would laugh. Like not saying that he's not funny. I'm just saying like there's a level of like, there is no explaining who I am. There is no there's like no introduction needed. Like here I am, you know who I am, here are the jokes, everything I say is gonna be fucking funny, and that's what happens when you collect 3-5 people every show, 3-5, and then you put them all in a room and everyone's
so
there.
Those are pretty much the people you built up over time. It's like, hey man, thank you for coming to my show, I'll be at this place next week. Then that builds up to those 5, 10, 100.
Yeah. And you put it out and you go, "Oh shit, Anel's at the fucking brewery. Fuck it, let's go
check it out.
Let's go." And then you got 10 people that came see you. And then next one's like maybe it's 15. Oh, Anel's fucking hilarious. If you get a chance, like I can't go, but he's there. And then, it just becomes more and more people. It becomes this pyramid scheme.
I'm trying to get people to come to see it.
Yeah, because, you can only do so much. But the people that, like, vouch for you, I remember when he was at this fucking Red Door Brewery, there's like 3 people. Dude was funny then, but I got to see him. And now he's selling out the Chemo Theater.
Right. Yeah. When there was only 3 people there.
Yeah. Now there's 1,000 people, or whatever it is. So, there is loyalty in that. So I think, build your fan base. Shout out to everybody watching.
Thank you, everybody. Got a few people. TJ Jose said he's from Iowa.
Iowa City. I don't know.
That's just all I said.
Go, Jayhawks? No, Blackhawks?
I don't know where this
Go
came out
Hawks.
too, but he said that he was really freaking out. It's like, I'm really freaking out, man.
Oh, dope.
I wonder where that came from.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like, I got fucking 4 kids.
These guys are talking about comedy and I have 4 kids.
I applaud you.
TJ, shout out, smoke a bowl, just ease those tensions. I don't know if it's legal there in Iowa, but it'll probably help you out a little
It's
bit.
probably not legal. That's the Bible Belt.
That's where it goes.
Wrestling, Iowa is known for wrestling.
And Corey gave a little shout out, Russell Peters, !
Dope. Yeah, so I think now they always talk about it. Whatever you're passionate about, whatever you are an expert at, you can go online and you can build a fan base, and that's the beauty of technology.
That's
It's like,
so true now. Like again, Twitch streaming, it's pretty much supposed to be made for gaming, but all I do on there is I play guitar. I IRL guitar, and that's how my following came. It's just by playing guitar
IRL in real life.
in real life.
So yeah, I guess that's something. There's something about me being old school where I want to dictate what I give you. Like here, I'll do a set. I'll do a video. Like edit it and go, here you go. This like streaming in real time just seems very.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's off the cuff. It's like it's more spontaneous. It's more interactive. The things that could happen or can't happen are all based on what is being presented at the time.
that doesn't bother me as much as like, oh, I have to do this. Like it becomes more like an obligation to me for some reason, where it's like I could film something today, and I can edit it tonight, and I can put it out whenever I want. Versus like, oh no, I literally have to clear out this time, and it's in real time. You know, I'm just old. You know,
I get it.
I want to do it. I really do, because I do a podcast and it's 30 minutes. It's straight, like, and then I just film it from two different cameras and I edit it together and I drop it. But for the most part, it's 30 minutes. I can do it. I just don't want to be held to like a very specific time.
Time constructed.
Yeah, like
that.
oh, hey guys, at 2:00 I'm going to be online live.
And I feel like that's my biggest problem is that I don't have these established, like, all right, guys, tomorrow I'm actually going to have blah, blah, blah at this time, this time. So be ready to tune in. I don't. I'm just like live. All right, guys, what's up? Episode 57. We're here live. And I feel like that is my fault because I would probably build more of a fan base, letting them know, like, hey, guys, make sure to tune in at this time for this next show.
Right.
Or if not, you'll hear the video on demand. So make sure just to go check that out after.
Yeah, I think I just got to get better at just, I'm not doing it. Listen, the reason why I'm in comedy is because I am not structured. My life lacks structure,
You need that discipline.
Yeah, I didn't do junior ROTC. Like
JROTC.
I didn't do that. So I wake up when I wake up. I write till I'm done writing, and then I eat whatever I want to eat, and then I might go to yoga, and then I come back, and then I don't know, putter around until I go do sets. Like that's the majority of my life. But if I'm like, hey, I got to get up at 8, you can go fuck yourself. Like, hey, I'm gonna go live at 10. Like I'm probably not even gonna be up by 10.
There's not gonna be and that I've had that problem too, where I'm just like, hey, do you want to come on the show on Saturday at this time? It's like, okay, cool. And then that day comes, and it's like, what happened? You didn't want to come, or did you just flake on me and stuff like that?
He's saying that because I've canceled on him twice already.
You've only canceled once, but that's okay. I accepted it.
It was snowing. I don't like snowing.
Oh yeah, you haven't dealt with snow, right?
No, I have. I just prefer not to.
Oh yeah. Oh, DC. There's obviously snow.
Yeah,
up there.
and I grew up in Boston, so I can drive in snow no problem. I just prefer fucking not to.
So you wouldn't hit the slopes with the skis or snowboard?
Yeah, but I don't want to drive up the fucking mountain.
I'm not trying to drive over there. It should be simulated in my brain.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't have to listen. I live with my in-laws, and I love them to death, but they're old school. They come from a war-torn Philippines from the 80s, and they're just kind of like, oh, God, be careful.
Let's just stay inside.
Yeah, like, you know what? And it's comfortable. Like, hey, we'll cook. I'm like,
I'm down.
Yeah, free food. Fuck it. Let's do it. I don't know. What else you got?
Lloyd, we've been here for an hour and a half already.
Dope.
So I got one more segment. I mean, we could talk for hours, dude.
Yeah.
There's always so many conversations, dude. Like everything, so many things. Video games, politics, alien conspiracies.
Let's go. Let's
so many out there.
Games. What are you playing?
I'm actually into StarCraft. Have you ever played StarCraft?
Yeah, I have a lot of Korean friends.
That's the shit, bro. Oh, man.
Are you going pro anytime soon?
I made it to gold once.
Exactly. Yeah.
I did my best. And you know what, though? It's that practice, dude.
Practice.
You know what I'm having trouble with now is that I'm actually losing more of my Twitch streaming followers and stuff because I'm doing comedy now. Like, what I used to do is I'd get off of work, go online, stream for 3 hours, and that would be my day. But
and then
now,
come home and stream for 2 hours.
It's harder now.
Because you want it to be harder.
It's a little bit harder now.
I mean, you could have been doing that now and had more followers than me talking about the ins and outs of fucking comedy. Jesus.
But that's actually very beneficial for people that are listening. And you know who are going to be listening are these local comedians that are here. I'm going to post this stuff on Albuquerque Comic, stand-up comic, and they're going to be like, I got to listen to this one. They won't listen to any of the other ones, but they'll listen to this one.
Because they want...
I know, right?
No, I don't know. I feel like you just set me up. I feel like you set me up to lose for the rest of the time I'm here. Okay.
But you have credentials. That's why all of this culminates to certain things.
But I think we had this conversation. It was like, in a year, people are like, yeah, we're done listening to you fucking evangelize us on how comedy works.
If you're booming and you're actually doing something in the scene, they're going to be listening to this podcast more and more.
Okay. What about what else? Politics? What are you talking about? Politics?
Do you consider yourself a leftist or a right?
I've always been accused of being right down the middle.
So centered, very centered.
I'm moderate. I like weed. I like rock and roll. I like guns.
Abortion's cool.
I don't care.
Guns are cool. I'll kill a baby with a gun if I have to.
No, I don't care. Like, that's your body. As long as I don't have to raise it later, I don't care. Like, I'm not the protector of children.
How do you feel like how much this country has been separated because of things like that?
It's always been separated, and it's never not been separated. But
there's more of a sense now where
I don't think so.
Yeah, like literally, I can't go and tell people that I would like to own a gun without them automatically assuming I am a conservative.
Well, you look like you'd shoot up a school,
but I'll also give women the opportunity to make sure that they can get rid of a baby.
Right. So it's like one of those things where I tell everybody I'm right down the middle. Like Andrew Yang, I would vote for him not because he's Asian.
You want those $1,000 a month?
$12,000 a year? Get the fuck out! Like,
who isn't trying to vote for that guy?
Apparently, a lot of people, because like that's not how that works. Because what happens if everyone gets $1,000, then rent goes up $1,000. Like, I know, but I would like to see this happen. Like, fuck it, I've never been given $1,000 for being a goddamn American.
Well, who knows what could come from it?
Right, I don't know how it all works, and plus, my in-laws own the home, so
I can give them at least $1,000.
Yeah, whatever.
$500 or something.
Their rent ain't going up. Shit's bought and paid for. I've always been like, listen, I don't know shit about politics. All I know is I don't care about 99% of it. What women want to do with their bodies, I don't care. Like, I don't care. It's not is it my baby? No, then I don't care. Whatever. You talk to whoever and you figure it out. That's not me. That's I don't know why you even asked me.
I know, right?
Why am I in this conversation?
That question gets way too personal at this point.
Did I fuck you? No. Then why do you? Why do I even have this? So I've always been a moderate. Weed should be legal. Shrooms should be legal. Guns.
So how do you feel then with the fact that how the transgender community has been booming lately? Because not only do somebody like me, maybe you, I don't know, doesn't know the exact terminology or what's going on in the world, but yet we get categorized as these hateful people or these ignorant dummies. Like, how do you feel about that? Like,
I'm ignorant, man. Not on purpose. I'm naive and ignorant at the same time.
But that's everybody. Like, how am I supposed to know that I'm supposed to call you a female when you never even distinctively gave me any kind of notion that I should do that? Or you don't even look like a girl. Why should I be calling you a girl?
Okay, this is
bro.
We're gonna get canceled in 10 years from now.
I'm sorry. I'm not. I am very, very liberal, and I have a lot of ideas. But
bleeding heart.
People are just I'm trying to save myself at this point.
I can just hear your bleeding heart liberalism just bleeding on the floor. I think that we're in a very weird time, and I know from where I grew up and what I saw, I understand that like the pendulum always has to swing backwards, right? Or swing the other way. And it's never been a safer time to be part of the LGBTQ community. It's still not safe. It's not safe for anybody, but it's the safest it's ever been. Now it's getting, in my opinion, confusing and I don't really keep my ear to it, but it'll course correct and it'll come back and be a little bit more concise.
Let's
sooner or later.
Hope so, because one of the biggest problems that we are dealing with now is that I guess you could say liberal or very people that are very open with that kind of transgender issues are transitioning their kids at a young age.
Listen, I'm not
If you're 6 years old,
it doesn't seem right to me, but I'm not a parent and I don't know how that all works.
I mean, haven't you ever gone through a phase where you think you're a bitch sometimes? Like, I might as well.
I'm a comedian, so I feel like I'm a bitch most nights.
All the time, right?
All the time.
Up there, I feel like I can put on a dress and still feel good about myself. So what?
I mean,
for each his own, right?
Yeah, I'm not here to judge as long as it's not my dress.
Don't fucking use my dress.
Yeah. No,
we better not go on stage with the same looking outfit.
Exactly. I wore it better. No, I don't know how it all works, and I just know that
because these are just like stupid little things that people get heated up for when it's like something that we all should kind of come to terms where we're just like, you know what, it's your choice, it's your thought.
It's still a baby. Like not the process, but like the acceptance and the openness. Like there's a reason why gay communities are only in certain pockets of the country. I mean, not saying there's only gay people, but like, you know, there's pockets of them because that was like their safe haven.
Yeah.
You know, like back in the 70s, like you could get your ass kicked for no reason and nothing would happen because that's how that worked. Like so it's been I'm glad that we are in the place where we need to be, but yeah, we just got to sort it out. I don't know. I don't care. I'm from Boston. I call everybody by very non-gender specific names: Champ, Tiger, Sports, Sparky, Princess. You know, like I just call everybody that. Like, hey, how you doing, Champ? Good. You know,
yeah. There's nothing else that can come from that.
Boss, you know, whatever. I don't care. Chief, which I guess I can't really use out here so much. But you know, like I just say, hey, how you doing, Champ? Good job, love.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't care. And if you are really upset at me for calling you that, then I understand that might run deeper than this interaction. I don't care. Whatever you do in your life, be happy. Don't be a dick. Don't hurt children. Like that's generally my general rule of thumb.
That's words well spoken.
Don't fucking listen to me. I tell dick jokes for a living.
I tell dick jokes.
I got a t-shirt with my name on it. Look at this. Look at the whole. Oh wait, nope.
Here comes everybody.
Oh shit. AEW, Loy Lee comedy.
There you go, man.
Anyways, alien conspiracies. What do you got on that?
Dude, there's so many out there, man.
Let's go.
Do you believe that the pyramids were built by the Egyptians?
No.
Why?
They're older than the Egyptians.
And do you feel like that is because of scientific proof now or because of just theories of ideas?
I think scientific proof proves that they are older than what we assume.
Okay. But why is it that the Egyptologists don't accept the ideas of actual scientists?
Because I think, like comedy, the archaeology...
It's just a dick joke.
Yeah. No,
I think a dick joke.
I think they just kind of like, this is the way it is, and this is the way it's always been, and this is what I've been saying. So they're already concrete in their thinking of like this. Because if something new comes out that it's like, oh, we've been saying the exact opposite forever. Like we built a career on saying the exact opposite. Nobody wants that shit.
I think it just like make people freak the fuck out. Like my whole life is a lie. Like
yeah,
I should have never even believed in this whole thing.
Or now I can't say shit from now on because they just proved everything I've been talking about for the last 20 years. You know, I think a lot of sciences are like that. You know, a lot of people, like religion, same thing, you know. Jesus is black, you know. Well, then who have we been praying to all these years?
Right.
You know?
Where did this depiction of a white man come from?
So I've been praying to the wrong Jesus the whole time. Yeah. So everybody doesn't want to have their life up to that point a lie. Okay. I think that
But do you think that's something like that? Don't you think we would expand and learn more about ourselves instead of being like dumbed down to like, oh, this is our basic life?
Ego. People's ego.
You don't think that would enhance it? Make it actually more usable in this world instead of like, oh, well, since I don't know nothing, it's oblivious and life is good that way?
No, I think that everybody has to. God is real. Fucking aliens don't exist. Like everything is concrete. There is no movement for like, this is what it is.
Praise him.
I think that they're older, and I think that civilization was modernized, and then an asteroid basically put everybody underground, killed off a bunch of people, and then we came out of caves and we forgot everything.
What if that happened multiple times?
I believe it happened multiple times.
Nice. I've done some read a YouTube. I saw a YouTube.
I saw a YouTube video.
I saw a YouTube video that talked about it. Randall Carlson is actually a really cool geologist.
Randall Carlson and Graham
Hancock.
Graham Hancock.
Yeah, those guys blow my mind with that shit though, because it's like ideas and thoughts that nobody's really thinking of. But yet, when they show these pictures or these descriptions where they're just like, why is this fucking 12-ton boulder here in New Mexico when these originate in fucking Canada?
Is there one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's actually a lot of
I'm gonna go with glacier.
glacier. Well, yeah, the whole the cataclysmic of a flood made those things kind of separate and stuff like that. That's why you see certain aspects of certain minerals and stuff in certain places because like, oh, they actually got spread out through the world and shit like that.
Yeah.
So that makes sense that like the world has been destroyed numerous times.
I believe that. And, you know, I think, and people will maybe, for lack of a better term, crucify me for this, but I think, you know, the Bible, a lot of their stories, the flood, stuff like that, that's like stories that actually happened, but like in a, it actually happened, you know, like the flood happened and we were forced to other places and then we came out and shit like that. So I think that there is some truth to some of the stories in the Bible, but not to the way biblically that we assume it to be.
It makes sense though too because I read that there was this high priestess in Greece where he was known as Solon. He traveled the world just to find out different shit about the world, and he actually went to the Egyptians when they had the pyramids and stuff. But the Egyptian priest told them like, "Hey man, your guys' history is like that's like barely happened. Like there's stuff that's happened hundreds of years before what you guys wrote down." And that in that sense, where is that now where we can't really understand why our existence is what it is? Because I mean, you've heard of the stupid legend of Atlantis and shit like that. Like, well, all these blow me away.
I don't see why Atlantis is such a farce. You know, it was a city that's now in the water. Like,
like far-fetched.
Like, yeah, that seems. I mean, now then you get like, oh, mermaids and shit like that. Okay, fucking relax. But you know, like, how is that? Like, it's a city that was on an island or like on a coast, and then something happened and it's not there. That's going to be L.A. in fucking 30 years.
Yeah, don't people always brag about like California's going to just drift away?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see. Yeah, L.A. will be the city of Atlantis, like at some point, or Miami, because that shit is frightening.
So TJ Jose said the Los Hills here in Iowa are the same type of dirt in China.
Dope.
So that's crazy to think about too, that there's this big separation of landmass going on, but yet there's still minerals.
Yeah, I think the Native Americans, when they walked over, like they were Asian, and then they walked over, they just started dumping land in Iowa. I don't know.
Fucking just throw that shit there.
Hey, I remember home. This is like it's home now. This is where we're from. This is our homeland. Literally. No, I think Iowa. I think they got like sand mounds that when you look at it, they just look mounds, and then you look at above, and there's like it's like snakes and shit like that.
Okay, you can see it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like growing up in Boston, everything is named after Native American shit. Massachusetts is a native word, like Connecticut, and then they got like the Piscataqua River is a native word, and Kennebec River, Kennebunkport, like those are all native. But I didn't know any Native Americans whatsoever. And then you come out here, and they're here, and it's thick, and there's culture, and you go, "Fuck, I don't know shit about this."
Right, compared to our street roads, it's just like, "Hey, come to Florida. Hey, come to Pennsylvania."
Yeah. So very strange. Pennsylvania, no, not a. But I think like Alabama. I think Mississippi, I think those are all like native words. Okay. Iowa, Dakota, South Dakota, I think those are all native words. And then
you come here and it's just like
actual natives. Yeah. Like a good friend of mine, the Josh Fournier, like he's getting me hip to all of this reservation shit. And I'm like, I don't know any of these words you're using.
And it's crazy to think about too that inside of just there's like different types of like Indians and like different types of like tribes and stuff that in themselves have like some sort of like little kind of like, oh well, I don't really associate too much with them, or I don't know too, but you're all the same people.
But I understand because I'm Asian.
You're like, I get it.
I get it. Like, you know, Hispanic, like there's a lot of different fucking Hispanic.
Dude.
I mean, given you all speak the same language, but everyone's like, I don't speak Colombian Spanish. Like, it's fucking Spanish, bro. Like,
if you understand it, you know what it is.
Like, yeah, I grew up with a bunch of Puerto Ricans. I speak fucking amazing Mexican Spanish now because, you know, it's understandable.
BB-8 wants attention. You hear her? Aww. She wants attention. With that being said, let's go ahead and finish off the podcast with, we got a segment coming up. This segment is called Rapid Fire. Are you ready?
Okay.
This is called Rapid Fire. I got a list of 25 words. What I am going to do is I'm going to read each of the words individually. Just say a word, and I want you to say the first thing that pops in your head.
Okay, so you're gonna say the word, and I say something. You say a word. Okay.
Yeah, very rapid. This is rapid fire,
Okay.
everybody. Thank you very much. 25 words. Are you ready, Loy?
Yeah. So am I just giving one word, or can I give you a sentence?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Just it's rapid though, so you want to give
Yes.
fast response.
Don't fucking tell me how to do my job. Okay?
Quick, easy. This is like Jeopardy all over again. This is rapid fire, everybody. 25 words. Are you ready?
Fucking go.
Pizza.
I love it.
Island.
My parents, or my wife's from someone.
Music.
I mean, sure.
Black.
Favorite color.
Trippy.
Doesn't happen enough.
Fast.
I am.
Animal.
I am.
Space.
There is.
Maze.
Like, are we talking the corn or like a thing? Because corn very Native American, or what are we talking about? MAISE or MAZE? Like Beverly and Maze. Do 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 do. Oh,
You good. All that response is perfect.
Okay.
Army.
We have one, a big one. It's wicked big.
Drugs.
Depending on what it is, let's do it.
Air.
I need it.
Pendulum.
It swings.
Native American.
I love them.
Scar.
I have some.
School.
I hate it.
Magic.
Fuck that shit.
Computer.
I own a couple.
Superhero.
I'll watch the movie. Fuck it.
Comedy.
I do it.
Bleach.
I don't use it. The bleach fucking frightens me.
Fame.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, sure. Is that what we're here for? Okay.
Ham water.
What?
Ham water.
Ham water. That sounds horrible. Like, do you boil your ham?
It's just the stuff that's at the bottom of the juice packets of a ham, sliced ham and all that stuff at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
It's ham water.
Yeah, that's if you cook it with the ham, it's a fucking amazing.
You heard it here, folks.
I thought you were like, we boil ham. And like, that is the Albuquerque thing that sounds fucking atrocious.
Ham water, everybody.
So it's just the
leftover ham at the bottom.
Yeah, what you do is you put it in, you glaze it, and then you put that shit on top of it. Keeps it juicy.
You can feel it. Last word is MuseMe.
It's my favorite fucking podcast.
Thank you very much, man. That was rapid fire. 25 words. That's it. Everybody has done the same exact list. So I'm going to make a compilation video after I get a couple more in, and then we can see what people say with the same word. Like, there's been some people that say, I'll be like, black, and they're like, what am I supposed to say? So you get
N-word.
You get a bunch of random different stuff.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Loy,
It was a pleasure, brother.
thank you for coming on.
We'll do this again.
You want to give out any handles, any plugs where they can find you?
Sure. You can find me at Loy Lee Comedy. That's LOYLEE Comedy across all of your social media websites, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LoyLeeComedy.com. You can also find my podcast, which should be coming back up again. It's called the Short, Pale, and Handsome Podcast.
Nice.
That's all.
Loy, thank you for coming, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
You guys know what's up. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, all that good shit. Tell a friend, bro, because we're trying to get this shit booming.
Like YouTube. Like, click that link and then click this thing and then do that and the fucking bell.
Thanks again, guys. You guys are awesome. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum. Good shit.